What's up, soldier? Let's do it inside.
Okay.
Too cold here. But,
Bring those.
yeah. Oh. I have an empty house today, so we get to just... The trick is, that really seems to be a difficult one to get over, is dribbling without the nice Christmas sweater, we're rocking it, is getting the right hand ball just on regular double stops to, it's always just a little bit higher because my right hand has an ego problem and always wants to be right, always wants to be first. You can learn about life just by studying the behavior of your two hands and how they relate. Okay. Secret to the universe and how the world works is in the relationship between the right and the left. How drummerly of me to say. Okay. So as a challenge, I'll dribble these things, double stops, and get the left one just to be slightly higher.
Got it.
As a compensation, bad lighting. Okay, now the challenge is to really differentiate like this. Or basically, okay, just do flams like I was doing. Mm-hmm. It's basically just going to be really difficult to get perfect double stops. So for now, just be satisfied with flams as long as they're consistent. As long as the small one enters before. So get them going first. And then slowly try to, yeah, yes. All right, now do right-handed flams. Now do both sides. No apologizing. Even if there was a whole cabinet of glass menageries right there in the middle of the floor and we knocked it down and every single piece broke and every piece was worth $1 million, I still wouldn't want you to say sorry. Because I take all this on. This is all my responsibility. Anything that breaks is my responsibility. Do it. All right, do that again. Start with pure double stops. Take a deep breath. And then segue into those becoming smaller and these becoming bigger. But the key is you got to keep it going. That's the whole challenge, is to keep it going. Yes. Yes. Yeah. All right, so you kept it going. So now go off to the left and keep that going. Left-handed flams. Yeah. Yeah, that was good enough for me, calling it, having kept going. All right, good. All right, put this down. I want to grab this other ball. Just this.
Okay.
So, let's see, how are we doing this in here? Just go stand over there. Okay, so you look like a silhouette. I'm always thinking about the cinematography of things. Got a better idea. Throw that between hands. See if you can keep your hands super far apart as you do it. A little time filler as I get my Hollywood lighting going on. Aw, it's just not gonna. Oh God, I gotta touch it with something metal. Might electrocute myself. Not if I use wood. Come on, get in there. Or does this outlet not work? I'm gonna check that. Ah, it didn't work. Glad I checked. Ooh, I could put it up here. Yes. That should be not as bad lighting. Okay. Toss the thing over here. So, without the ball in your hand, do this, pretend it's right there. And then you have a ball here, but then your elbow's here. But now put this elbow where that ball was, just like trade places with it. In space, wherever that went. So when we do this and we fling back, we're sending our elbow forward. We're taking our shoulder and moving our upper arm this way. Everything elbow down is just a dead floppy fish. No muscles, no nothing, except for when, analogous to drumming, we have to hang on right here, and so we do have to superflex these, yet keep this relaxed, keep this relaxed, keep this flexed sometimes. So, that's the thing to visualize, is that here your elbow is going to trade places with that. So elbow first. So just picture this is not even here. Just picture the stump of a right arm. I'm just doing this, just moving forward. And so, and this happens to be at the end of that ball, of that dog thing, where you fling. That thing is awesome. Why? Because it's a little bit flexible. It's got the perfect little thing at the end of it, and we get leverage out of it. So it's perfect. Someone who can't throw, they can take that thing, and they added another link to their kinetic linking, and so they can just hurl that thing so much farther. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can just say the segments, the upper arm, the forearm, the hand, and the fingers are these 4 things that equal. So with that other thing, we have a 5th, which makes it really go. So just think like you already have one of those attached to you. And so just stand here, easy, and just boop. No turning, no nothing, just trade places. Yeah, stand back a little bit. So you have more time. It's kind of like a hybrid of shooting a basket and throwing. Yes. And yeah, I'm sending this way. And as a result, this gets flung back. So start here. Initiate the first muscle to actively flex, even though you're already actively flexed here by keeping it there, is you're going to turn here. You're going to turn at your shoulder, and then this gets flung back. This is dead. This is just loose. And so I turn this, and this is connected to that, so it's got to go too. But then I fling it all the way back. This uncoils, and now there's tension here. You're already doing it, but I want you to know why and how, because the same language applies to what we're going to be doing with drumsticks. Bam. And don't worry about the trigger point. Don't worry about the target for now, because in the drumming world, you can't miss your target because you're hanging on. You're not letting go of this thing. So we don't get to, it's very rare to miss our target. Now do it with your left hand. Okay. Same thing. None of this, none of the wind up, no of the other parts, just super basic. Down, turn this, whip it back, flings forward, catapult. Try to be just lob it to me. Yeah. Easy tosses for now. Yeah, good. And really feel, when this comes back, feel the weight, even though this is very small, which is why we throw with rocks when it's better weather. Feel that weight. Ooh, pushing you back. Feel that coiled up pressure. Cobra strike. And really whap, really turn the wrist over. So here to here again. Wham. Basically the same starting and stopping point. Yeah, I started here, I ended there. Good. Okay. I acknowledge your willpower, your fortitude to not apologize for you existing, which is really what it boils down to. Because the people who over apologize, those ladies that just say sorry for everything, it's like, what we can conclude reasonably is that they're not comfortable in their own skin, and that they don't feel worthy, that they should even have a place in the world. So they're just constantly apologizing for them existing. I mean, that might be a bit of a stretch, but I'm sure it's true for at least one of them to that extreme. So, and apologies are just kind of like an empty thing. What people really want is a change of behavior. Like, oh, I'm sorry, babe, I didn't mean to do that. What she wants from you is for you to just not do that again. but for you to, but an apology should be consisting of like an acknowledgement of how you did that thing and why you did that thing and how you're never going to do it again and how you're going to talk yourself out of doing that ever again. That's what an apology should really entail, not just I'm sorry. That's superficial. So anyway, that's a soapbox. Yeah. Okay, now turn 45 degrees the other way. And now we're going to add just a little half turn. So the hips turn first, then this, and because this goes. Okay, if the ball is going to stay into place, then if I'm going to turn here, if I want to go farther, that means my elbow has to like come this way. And so now look, now I'm cranked back to ready to throw it. So hips turn first. It's all hips, then this, and then the hips turn back. Yeah, we'll just see what happens. Hips first. Yes, exactly. And that went a lot farther than you expected because there's more leverage behind it. There's more kinetic linking. This moves, therefore now this moves, therefore that moves. This, then that, then this, then that. I'm just a bad catcher also, so keep that in mind too when contemplating your resistance of apologizing. Turn. Yeah, I was a little goofy, but it's getting there. So the whole idea is that it's just that this motion causes this motion to initiate. Not like, okay, I do this, then I do that, then I do this. It's all going to inevitably be thought of as one thing, as one motion, not two motions. This is subsequent to this. Hips get the thing going. Yes, yeah, that was smoother. Okay, now to make it a little bit more organic, now just turn that way. Like, let's see, how do I want to do this? Oh, so instead of now forward, now actually just go back and let this correction, like I go this way and then I naturally just want to come this way. So let that start the motion. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's way smoother because this is a more organic way to go about it as opposed to just these mechanical steps. Yes, yeah, there we go. Elbow first, that's the whole idea. Yes. Okay, now do like the same exact thing on the right. With just as much thought and awareness of those movements. Back, turn. Yes. And your right hand, it's obviously going to be way smoother. But it is now even smoother because you made your left hand do it. And there's lessons. Go ahead. The lesson. The big brother, the right hand, will always be in the position to be teaching the little brother how to do things. The right hand learns it first, then it teaches it to this. But in doing so, in teaching it to the little brother, the teacher learns things. Like, oh, wow, I took that for granted. I never knew that. Oh, I guess there is a step in between there. I never really thought of that before. So the greatest learning happens when you're teaching. Yes, in a classroom of, a teacher and 30 kids, the person learning the most, synthesizing the most amount of information at any given moment is the teacher. It's ironic. I'm a way better musician than I would have been had I not been teaching for over 30 years. Right here in this living room, I gave my first drum lesson when I was 14. Yeah, he gave me $5. It would turn into it must have been like a 3-hour lesson because his eyes were all glazed over. I wasn't looking at the clock. I was totally green. Yeah. Okay. Now, like almost turn opposite to me, but like look at me. Like, don't have me in your periphery, but like keep your eye on me. Like however far you can go this way without losing me, and then do a little step. We're gonna get too wild about it. But now we have a really big thing, and now we're throwing across our body as opposed to forward. And you can take a little step, little pivot step outwards. Yeah, exactly. Do it with the left hand. Okay, what are we doing? This way. Yes. Yeah. I acknowledge the resistance of the apologies. This is good. Okay, and then I can still turn this way. Burp. Yeah, okay, so how is that going to work? So I'm going to turn back, and then as I uncoil, I'll take a step out this way. Burp. Yes, that. See, I wouldn't even thought you were right-handed or left-handed, because that looks ambidextrous. Why? Because we're breaking it down. Oh, what a concept. Okay, now add in the point, and then bring this into your armpit. Okay. Yeah. It was basically a shot put, but hey, it got here. Let's do some drumming. Have a seat right there. Yeah. The only way to get a human being to do drummy stuffy is to hit the ground with your left hand. Okay. The only way to get human beings to do this stuff is to turn them into little athletes first. Because ain't nothing happening if we are refined athletes. That's what this is. So athleticism is the name of the game. And what is athleticism? Athleticism is the ability to move about the world in a highly autonomous way. You against the world. It's UPS guy. You get it. Maybe I have to sign for it. Howdy.
Can I grab a signature?
Absolutely. What am I going to say? No.
Thanks, man. Your last name?
Rayburn.
Cool.
Thanks, buddy. Merry Christmas. Okay. Who's this for? All righty. Yes, I see that versatility happening. I see that athleticism happening. Yeah, good. Well, that looks better than day one. Goodness gracious. Yeah, my other guy who's coming at 12, he couldn't throw a ball to save his life, but yesterday, whack, he did it. Nice. So, show me something cool. Okay, left hand lead. Just forget the exercise. Just da 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 da. Okay, give me just this. 2 stop strokes. And I asked my drumline percussionist dorks, like, hey, what is this called? And my buddy's like, it's called checking it. It's like, yeah, okay, I've heard that, but that doesn't do it for me. Because I want everything we do to have a name that makes sense. Duh. So I call these lock stops. One, it has good alliteration because it has the same vowel sound, lock stop, so it just rolls off the tongue nicely, like Amazon.com. How could it lose? Lock stops. I'm locking my hand and I'm stopping the stick. Lock stops. Left, right. Go ahead and flip them over for now. Just because the rubber on the carpet is annoying. And we have more weight. The heavier the better. In the beginning. Yeah, good. Do it again. Yeah, and that's a nice flow. This initiates, then this initiates. Not like it's, woo, you look like you're doing a wave, like nicely. So, good. Okay, good. You're doing it, but now just for the sake of really isolating it and so that you know how to teach this to your students in the future, which is inevitable. Oh, by the way, I command you to get a student and to teach that person and to charge money. $20, whatever. That's what I started when I was 19. Well, I started teaching when I was 14, so I started with $5. But when I was 19, that's when I was in college. That was my freshman year of high school, of college, and I started like teaching then. I bumped it up to like $20. My first one was on the tailgate of my truck out in back of the music building at San Diego State. And we went for 2 hours because I'm like nuts, and he offered me a second $20 bill. I was like, I don't know, man. It's like I held you hostage. That's on me. So, small, small, boing, boing. Yeah, make that smooth. Bup, 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 bup. And it's not up, down, up, down. It's just, okay, we'll do it exaggerated. So from about here, I know, we'll just wrist down, and now go up, up. Sure, go ahead and just do double stops. I mean, it's more efficient that way. Just boing, boing. Yeah, that hits, and the motion is like, it's just throwing the ball. It never, like, the whole motion just doesn't stop. So now, do that from here again, boing. Now lower that to about 6 inches, boing. Now 3 inches, boing. And that it's truly just a down, not up, down, yes. Now make sure there's very little. All right, do it silently now, but still a hit and not a press. Yeah. Do it silently, yet still have a massive wrist break. Have it look dramatic, yet nothing happens. Keep your play out a little bit here, because I don't want you doing chicken arms at all. So ideally, this part of your arm is just down, and there's no flexing it backwards or holding it backwards, no holding it forwards. That it's just down and relaxed. Okay, so give me some of these. Okay, now, dun, do, dun, do, dun, do, dun, do, dun. What do you think about that? Going to allow your fingers, especially in the left hand, to open a little bit more. You're not going to drop the stick. Even if you do, whatever. You only have 7 billion people watching you and laughing. Get your damn thumb on the stick. Keep it on the stick. Okay, now, this is going to stay there. You got to flex and keep that closed, but that doesn't mean you flex everything else. There's a concept that my other student taught me about, because he's a muscle-bound guy who eats only once at night and does crazy yoga and crazy workouts, and he's got a 10-pack. We went to a sauna thing, and that he invited me to a dip in the bay to get freezing, and then a sauna thing, and so, wham! He had like a 20-pack, and so. Why am I saying that? Why? Oh yeah, and he taught me about the concept, and so he knows all about body and working out and things. And so we were talking about this concept of flexing here but keeping relaxed here, and which then brought up the term irradiation, which means that if I am doing a push-up, that I also want to flex my abs, and I want to maybe like lift one leg to get as many things flexed as possible in junction with just, these muscles doing a thing. That I'm going to flex this, and I'm going to flex my back muscles as I go down. It's unnecessary, but I'm flexing more of my muscles as I'm doing something. So the opposite of this, the opposite of irradiation, and I'm in the middle of researching it now, parasympathetic, something, something, where we flex here, but then keep this relaxed, maybe flex there, keep that relaxed, like this super granular control. So while keeping that thing in your thing, don't let yourself get stiff up here. Do it. But still, and okay, show me a few of these. And get those fingers wide open, and keep the coin there.
So you're flexing only the thumb is like.
Yeah, you're flexing what needs to be flexed in order to hang on to the drumstick. So you're already flexing it, but I just want that thumb to just scoot over a little bit more. So that therefore you have more index finger that can wrap around. If there's a space open there, then we only have so much of the stick that we are wrapping. So it's not about the space, it's about the curl of the stick. This is the grip. 1, 2, 3. This is how we build it. Index finger, then the thumb comes to meet across it, then this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Do that while holding the coin, and do this. That's where you hang on the drumstick. Then the thumb comes in to close off that space so it doesn't pop out this way. And we have the ability to crush it if we want to, do super fast bounces. And so there's this constant pressure change right here. So this is constantly flexing, unflexing, constantly unflexing, unflexing. But the wrist, totally dead the whole time. Forearm, totally dead the whole time. This muscle up here, just the arm, just to like get the whole apparatus going.
It's flexing?
Yeah, I mean, you can just feel it. Like, okay, in order to get this going, my arm has to elevate a little bit.